So I'm actually on my way to a place called Suleymaniye Mosque. I'm probably butchering the name. But it turns out you have to walk through the Grand Bazaar to get there. And I wasn't planning on coming back here because I don't think there's much interesting stuff. But I'm going to record it anyway because, well, since I'm here, the building's quite interesting. This is where you should change your money, by the way. I don't know if this is the main gate, but this is the gate I'm always coming in through. There's security, but he doesn't really check anything. So the middle is the, I guess the oldest part of the market maybe. You have to walk through here to get to, Google Maps recommends you walk through here to get to where I want to go. If you look from above, I'll put a picture up, the middle part of the mosque, or not the mosque, the market, this is it. The roof is different.
It's a little bit different.
So I wasn't expecting this. This is the Suleymaniye Mosque, which was recommended to me as being, you know, a place you should really visit. More impressive than the Blue Mosque, which is the most famous mosque. And the view is pretty cool. You can see Galata Tower and like the northern side of Europe, which is where I'm actually going to be staying this afternoon. And then you can see the Bosphorus and Asia. Let's check out the mosque. It's much quieter and nicer than the Blue Mosque. Well, at least that's my first impression. Could be really busy inside. Outside, this is the mosque, and I guess this is a mausoleum. And this looks like another mausoleum with, I guess, headstones. It's quite nice. Just the grounds alone, it's a nice place to walk around. The Blue Mosque doesn't have this. This is the courtyard. If you compare it with some of the other places, you know, it's quite quiet. I think this is the tourist entrance. I'm suitably dressed, so no need to borrow anything. I've come to a place called Balat, which is, I'm not really sure what's here, but it's like a historic district. And just now we're climbing a slope, and it's so steep that the car's tires start screeching and you can smell burning rubber. And so when the taxi got to the top, and he's looking for like to turn down this narrow road, I just said, no, you can stop here. You know, I'll walk the rest of the way. Luckily he dropped me up at the top, so fingers crossed the rest of the way is down. You know, in a city of mostly mosques, this stands out. I assume it's a church. Hopefully you can get a bit closer. this looks pretty nice. And I've heard people compare it to San Francisco because of how steep the streets are. Well, not this one in particular, but they are quite steep. So I hear, you have to look where you're going here. Apparently they don't have balconies in these houses, but they have these kind of, I don't know what you call them, the things that stick out. And it's something to do with like the Muslim idea of like you don't want people to look into your house. Something like that, that's what someone said to me. I'm not sure if that's true. And the babushkas, or the old ladies of the grandmothers of the neighborhood, this was the popular place for them to sit. Perhaps invite friends around for tea. And you can sit and look down on the street and gossip about all of the things that you see. This was a church, I guess. There's a cross on the top, up there. But it looks like it almost looks like it was bombed.
Yarma! Neye bakıyorsun? He?
So it turns out if you want to go to like the commercial strip, which is this street here, and where all the restaurants and cafes are, you don't really need to go up the hill, I don't think. And I think I've come full circle back to this. This is the slope that gets steeper and steeper until your car starts sliding back. I think this is the silk market, or the Egyptian market. Not silk market, sorry, spice market. You can hear the call to prayer. Just gonna have a walk around. Maybe try coffee. Hot. No, thank you. The seagulls come out whenever there's trash or fish about, and you can feed them. I'm gonna see if I can do that tomorrow. There's a trash truck over there. I think that's what they're waiting for. Oh. Switch places. I'm staying now on the north part of Europe. A place called, I think it's called Galata, I'm not sure. And I want to go to a place called Taksim Square, which is about a 40-minute walk. And I don't want to walk up a hill for 40 minutes. So there's a funicular, I think, and a tram. So let's see if I can take that up and save myself some time. I think it's this one. Let's have a look. Tunnel. Well, that was easy. It's literally only like 3 minutes. And I think up ahead is the nostalgic tram. I'm not sure if it's expensive or not, we'll see. Because I wanna take the tram to Taksim Square and then walk back. I don't want to walk there around back. And this is Taksim Square. I've got to admit, there's not really much here. The mosque, I think some kind of memorial for the commemorating the founding of the Republic. I'm glad I took the tram. I saved myself a walk. But I'm going to walk back the way I came, because that seems to be the place where everybody is on a Thursday afternoon. So this is the end or the beginning of Independence Street. Let's have a walk around, because it feels a bit like just a regular high street, but it's very busy. It's a pedestrian street with the occasional car. And buggy. Just off the street, this might be the first Catholic church I've seen in Istanbul. Let's take a look inside. I don't know if you can film, maybe not. Maybe you can take photos though. This is really strange. There's the Pope, one of the popes, and it says Catholic Church because it has a Pope. But the iconography is Eastern Orthodox, like the gold halos and the writing and the cross, like the double cross. Somebody will let me know, I'm sure. So I'm going to keep heading down the street. I'm looking for a tower called Galata Tower. I think the kids hanging off the tram, they're not supposed to be there, but you can't stop them. And it's never going that fast anyway, so. This is the famous Galata Tower. I think it's 35 euros to go up, which doesn't seem worth the money, but this morning, hopefully, I'm taking a ferry from Europe, which is where I am now, to Asia, which is somewhere under that bridge. So this morning, I want to go to the Asia side. I was there a few days ago in a Bosphorus cruise, and the guy took us there for 15 or 20 minutes, and I really liked him. So I want to spend at least half a day there. We're leaving the European side. This is the Galata Tower. And we're taking a ferry to a place called Karaköy. Bizarrely, the place I'm staying at now is called Karaköy. Similar names. A useful tram, goes around in a circle like a loop. So I'm going to try and see if I can head to maybe a seaside park. I'm not sure where I'm going really. Moda Ishkelesi, maybe that's the place I want to go. Interesting in Europe, the European side, you don't really see people walking dogs, especially larger dogs, but here you do. I've seen quite a few people walking dogs already, and you just generally see more dogs on the street. Look at this building. It looks empty, but it's quite a cool looking building. And there have to be more coffee shops here than I've seen anywhere else. Maybe in the world. This would be a nice place to live. It's quiet, it's green. There's like a park along the ocean front. You can walk your dog. You can't really do that in the European section, or at least in the center you can't. And then there's this place called Moda Ishgalesi. Let's take a look. Is that jellyfish? I think that might be jellyfish. I thought it was trash. Look, can you see? They look like plastic bags with like 4 dots in the middle. I think it's jellyfish. Friendly dogs. I think he's just gone swimming. I had the idea to go swimming here. In the Sea of Marmara. I think this is the Sea of Marmara. Because I saw some people doing it. And I thought, why not? But then I read about the currents, and if you don't know about the currents, you might get, I don't know, you might get in trouble. And now I see the jellyfish. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I gave it a miss. It's actually a pier, and there are some boats, quite infrequent. And there's a coffee shop inside, so lots of people sitting outside, just enjoying the water. It's fun to walk around Kadikoy and Moda. I'm not sure when I was in either one of these areas, but next time I come to Istanbul, I think I'm going to stay here. Now I'm going to go to, I forget the name of the place. So I've come to this place called Ortaköy. It's on the European side. And this is the Ortaköy Mosque. And this is the first Bosphorus bridge, which I'm going to take a look at. And then hopefully I'm going to walk to one of the places where, one of the more exclusive neighborhoods of Istanbul called, I think it's called Bebek. I can't actually go in the mosque today because I'm wearing shorts. It's okay, I've been in enough mosques. But this is what it looks like from the water's edge. And this is the bridge that, I think it's the first bridge that crossed the Bosphorus. No idea what this is. This afternoon I went swimming in the Bosphorus. So I didn't record that. But now I'm here in Ushkada. Yeah, Ushkada. I think that's the right way to pronounce it. And there's a market and some other stuff that I'm gonna have. There's the call to prayer.